What is up, everybody? I am back. I'm not dead, despite what it may seem like. So, here we are, drawing a boy. It's my boy Rydelmar. He's a new character. Created him for my buddy Nathaniel's world because he wanted to do things, and he told me to make a character, and after 10 years, I finally did that. Because you know what? I'm done with school. I got the time. So, Rydelmar is an elf boy, and he's a hunter, so he hunts monsters and stuff, and he just tries to protect people, mostly his sister. He's a very loving boy, but he's also very much a troublemaker. The first roleplay thing I did with him, he tried to order a drink for a girl whose guardian, whatever their relationship is, said no, she can't have a drink, and he's like, I'll go ahead and order her something though, she looks like she can handle it. So yeah, he may have tried to cause problems. In this particular drawing, he's also flipping someone off. Probably someone he shouldn't be flipping off. One thing you will notice through the course of this drawing is I had no idea what I wanted to do with the line art. At first I wanted to have thick lines that I could color to make it blend better, but then I couldn't ever get the layering and effects to work right to make that look good, so then I tried some other stuff, and it just changed a lot over the course of the video. It was really frustrating trying to get that to work, because I've been trying to use lighter line art more often because it does feel more, not more dynamic, but just more flowy and cohesive, I guess. So I've been trying to get that more in my style, but my style doesn't do that. My style's very much firm lines, and trying to do something different is difficult. That's not to say you shouldn't do it though. Sometimes good things are hard. A lot of times good things are hard. I haven't developed Rydelmar a whole lot to have much to say about him, but it's him and his sister. They may have parents, they may be dead, I'm really not sure. I haven't developed him that much, as I just stated. So I don't know the entire state of his family, but him and his sister Rosa are in existence, they're alive. He's very protective of her because potential tragedy and trauma that may have happened to their parents. He is the older sibling. His sister is younger than him. Not by a whole lot, but a couple years at least. And here I was trying to figure out how to give him a little blush bar thing, because I wanted one of the factors, or not factors, but features about him is he, much like myself, is just constantly flushed and makes it look like he's wearing blush all the time. It's just how his face be. So I wanted to include that in the drawing. I also had to do some things a bit differently in this drawing than I normally would, because I haven't reinstalled all my brushes on this computer, so everything is textured with stippling instead of the variety of brushes I would normally use. But somewhere in the process of doing the texturing and shading, I lost that blush bar, so I had to go back and redo it, because you can see now his face is all the same, and I don't know what happened or where I lost that. It just disappeared. I will say I'm not a huge fan of using the stippling on his skin, because that is very reminiscent of having freckles, and while I love having a freckled character, Ry is not freckled. He's got scars, he's got the flush face, but he's not freckled, so I'm not a big fan of that effect on him. Really gotta get my brushes on here. And then I got into the highlighting, which is where I realized the blush bar is gone, because when I went to add it back, the highlighting just looked all sorts of funky on top of it, and I was like, hold up. This needs to not be this strong. And then once I was done with that, I moved on to the background, which I kinda improvised as I went, and just made a wallpaper based vaguely off my memory of what Sims wallpapers looked like. And I just had the wood paneling along the bottom, and then a nice flowery pattern across the top. I did have to go in and erase some excess that had gotten outside the lines that you couldn't see on the checkered background though, so that's a little thing there to be aware of. And I dropped in the flower material just from what Metabang has in its library. Decided to paint his nails the same color as his eyes, because why not? I don't do blue nails a whole lot. And then the background was just really flat, so it's like, okay, I'll airbrush in some white behind the flowers and give it a bit more of a dynamic visual to it. And then I realized, trying to erase that I had done the layers wrong for that to be an effective style. So instead I just used a gradient, because gradients are great. And last of all, signing it. And ta-da! There's the final image! Rydelmar. So, hope you guys had fun. I'll see you all later.